Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 4 of my Factorio post-novice guide. So in the last episode, we crash landed on this planet, and stuff just went everywhere. And I'm just kidding. We landed on Vulcanus and started setting some things up. We got a little bit of power going. It's not going to be the best power at the moment, but started setting some stuff up. So in this episode, we're going to try to tackle some of the stuff in our tech tree. So we're probably not going to get that far, but we are definitely going to unlock the Foundry by making tungsten carbide. We probably won't be able to make the Foundry until next episode, but it will give us something to kind of strive for, and we're going to try to get as much of this, much of the process of getting to the Foundry and getting the materials for the Foundry as we can in this episode. Before we do that, though, we are going to check out our new ship and get some stuff set up. So we're going to make a new group, and we're going to call it Novice to Vulcanus. And we are going to start bringing some stuff in. So I want to also kill a Demolisher this episode. So we are going to bring it in some ammo. We are going to need some more gun turrets. I want to bring in some materials to be able to make some cliff explosives. So we're going to bring in some grenades. I think I have, 550. We're also going to need some explosives for that. So we're going to bring in 1,000. We're not actually collecting this anywhere. So let's start the process for that. So this is the only place that we're making explosives. And I have a power pole back here. We're going to limit that for just explosives, and it's 50 a stack, so that's 1,000, and that's 500, and that is 1,000 there. So we will let that get set up. What else? So we definitely want to, at least early on, when we get to a new planet, we want to supply stuff from our previous planet or planets. And so we're going to bring in some electronic circuits. We're going to bring in some red circuits. I'm going to hold off on the processing units, the low density structure, and the rocket fuel for now, largely because we are collecting those items from the same lines that are sending up our ships. So yeah, I kind of think that this might have been a bad idea, but you know what, that's okay. Or at the very least, oh, it's so loud. And I never set this one back to automatic, so let's do that too. At the very least, have this be just like a buffer so this can go through if needed. I'll probably end up tapping some of these other ones. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that. It won't help us for the rocket fuel, but we can at least get these set up. Because that was the original goal, right? Like, I didn't want to interfere with the rocket production, and then I went and said, yeah, let's collect this from here. So, whatever. Where did I just go with that? We'll just limit it to 2 rows each. You know what? And actually, I'm just going to remove these. I don't want this to be the buffer because they will just take from this one as we start pulling from it. So I guess the rocket fuel can kind of just stay there for now. We'll just leave it open. Almost should have just like really buffered the crap out of these with steel chests. Excuse me. Light oil is fine. Oh, you know what? I set these up with assembling machine 2. And the chemical plants do not upgrade. So, yeah, so our production for solid fuel is a bit lower than the requirements for these now. You know what? That's fine. Worst case scenario, I can always maybe add this here, and get 2 more over here. That might help a little bit. It won't be completely enough. We would need like a whole nother row of this, but you know what? Whatever. For now, it should be fine. Actually, we're gonna need some reinforced concrete too, so I'm gonna just grab a bit of that as well. We have 4,800 on the planet. That's good. Okay, so back to Vulcanus. So we started the process of kind of like removing a bunch of the debris. We're just going to go around and cover the area where the bots can collect some more of this stuff. Like, we don't need a lot of it. Oh, we kind of do need a lot of it, but we're just going to grab everything that's within range. And this is probably going to cripple our power, but that's okay. We will have more power. Yeah, let's not get in his way. The static cloud will hurt the bots, and we don't want that. So, okay, so let's take a look at what we need for tungsten carbide. And fair warning, like what we're about to do in this episode is going to be extremely sloppy. You guys generally know me for being nice and neat and tidy. Just want to get a couple of things on me. What else do I need? Okay, let's just, that should be fine. I feel like I'm missing something crucial here. Nope, okay. Yeah, you guys usually know me for being nice and neat and tidy, but this is going to be one of those situations that, at least for now, yeah, we're just going to be plopping some stuff down. So, once I get, yep, there we go. So what do we need for, what is it, tungsten carbide? So for tungsten carbide, wow, tongue twister. Tungsten carbide, we need carbon, we need tungsten ore, and we need sulfuric acid. So we have coal here. So before we get to coal, I guess we need some carbon here, which is coal and sulfuric acid. So here is our sulfuric acid. Actually, we're going to, and I'm not too concerned with like ratios and stuff right now, so we're just gonna put a line of this out. Like I said, we just kind of need to get through this. Once we get to the point where we start unlocking some of the good stuff, then we will be in a much better position. And we need some power. And wow, do we need some power. Oh boy. The joys of being on solar when there's no sun out. Okay, so then as the power is coming back, so now to get to tungsten, really? Tungsten carbide? Jeez. So we still need sulfuric acid, so this can continue. And we're just going to drag a line down here. What is this? 8? 8 making 1 carbon per second they will output on a belt here. This needs 1.25, so this is going to be like 6. And actually, we're going to do a bit of jankiness. I don't like using bots for like everything, but for now we are definitely going to be using some bots to bring in some tungsten ore. You know what? We can just bring the carbon in. Like, we have carbon being collected from the trees. So many inserters. Oh, no, I need that. And a little bit of extra power. Okay, so that is going to get us our tungsten carbide. Ha, I said it right that time. We need some outputs. Alright, there we go. Episode done. Yeah, just kidding. We have now unlocked the Foundry. So what do we need for the Foundry? Like I said, we're not going to get that. We're not going to get to it in this episode because there's a lot to get to where we need to be. So we need steel, which we have. We need electronic circuits, which are on the way. We have tungsten carbide, which are being made here, and reinforced concrete, which we are going to be bringing from Novice for now. We will eventually have something set up here, I think. Maybe. Yeah, we'll eventually get. Oh yes, because the Foundry can actually. Let's just take a look at the Foundry. So it can make so much stuff. It can make concrete, which is going to be extremely helpful for us because normally to make concrete you need iron ore, which comes from the rocks here, but it doesn't come from anywhere else, so that would be a huge problem. We also need water, so that's, you know, another separate issue that we're going to have to deal with soon. Yeah, so loads of stuff that we can make. LDS over here, sticks. We're going to end up making some molten iron, molten copper. That gets converted into plates, copper plates, steel plates, gears, sticks. The two combined, ooh, plastic, yuck. Yeah, so we, the Foundry is great. Vulcanus is great. Our Vulcanus, not so great. This is not an ideal situation, as I said in the last episode, but you know what? It is what it is. We're going to deal with it. Okay, so what else can we make? So we have these new recipes. We can convert coal and calcite with sulfuric acid into heavy oil. So that is going to be something we will deal with in the next episode. But for now, we're going to take a look at these other two. So 1 calcite and 1,000 sulfuric acid creates 10,000 steam. So let's take a look at that. Acid neutralization. So that requires 200 sulfuric acid per second to make 2,000 steam per second. So I kind of did some calculations, and based on what we have over here, actually the percentage is actually really... What? Does that actually line up? Am I about to learn something new? Oh, you know what? And I was even looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the expected resource, not the actual amount being mined. We're making, like a little over 1,000 per second over here. So we're going to end up making 2 of these, which is going to drain quite a bit of our sulfuric acid by itself. But that is going to give us steam. So what can we use the steam for? Well, for starters, how about we get some sulfuric acid here? What else do we need? Calcite. And power. So this is going to produce some steam for us. And we can also use the steam for water. Yay, 1,000 steam gets converted into 90 water. But that is not what we are chasing at the moment. We are in dire need of some power. So this steam, once it starts being output, you can see here the products, 10,000 steam, 500 degrees Celsius. That is very important because that is the requirements for our steam turbines. We need 500 degrees Celsius steam, which we can use with the steam turbines. And we are definitely going to use that. So I'm just going to tuck them in up here for now. To get some power going, because man, we are so behind on power. Nope. Rip. Yeah, we're just gonna squeeze these in wherever we can. They will need to be connected. Oh, good job. Good job, Otto. $140. Well, let's just wait and see. Okay, 180 megawatts, and that is not including the solar that is ramping up now. Whew. That will carry us quite a bit farther than if we just tried to go on solar. So that is a huge W for us. That's going to give us a lot of room for power usage. It's being hit pretty hard right now. This is all the bots. Those bots are just going crazy. They're collecting all the stuff around the area, and yeah. But now we have one major problem out of the way, so that's good. So this is going to eat up all of our tungsten ore, which is fine. To get us some tungsten carbide, and maybe we can squeeze in getting close to the foundry in this episode. So we need that refined concrete. Where's this guy at? I didn't set up anything. Go me. Okay, so base is novice. We need to wait until all requests are satisfied, and the condition, which is the check mark, is greater than... Really? You're still not up there? My goodness. So we have this combinator set up to read certain ingredients. We have ammo, we have water, which is always a problem early game. And then the thruster fuel and thruster oxidizer. We probably don't need these to be at 15k, and honestly, we probably don't need this to be at 5k either. We might just tell the ship to go and see how see how it plays out. I really need this reinforced concrete. Okay, so that is that station, and you're going to go to Vulcanus until all requests are satisfied, and the check mark is a go. I really hope that this is going to be okay, and that these guys can get some more ice, like ASAP. You know what? Like, we don't encounter a lot of this stuff until, like, a lot of the boulders and stuff until halfway through, so And these are not, you know, these don't need water, so... okay, never mind, like a quarter of the way in. And I do not have any of these upgraded, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, get those ice chunks. Look at all those ice chunks. Come on, baby. That one. Yeah. You guys can... Oh, no, come this way. Yeah, there we go. Thankfully, we have a lot of solar power and some accumulators to back us up. Man, those laser turrets. Oh my gosh. And what is it? Like one of the last episodes I called them space turrets. Yes, those space turrets. Even with the nuclear power, man, those things just eat through it. That's insane. Whoops. And yay, it has arrived on Vulcanus. It's kind of maybe not 100% necessary. Like we could have put the gun turrets on the corners or on the edges, but you know what? I would rather not waste the ammo. But the sides need to be protected at the same time, so yeah. Alright, so now that we have been on the road, this guy's going to need to be upgraded at some point. And I do not have any of the green. Oh, he just doesn't have space. Wait a minute. Let's maybe drop this down a bit. Oh no, there's room on the belt. You are always constantly playing with these things, so... I feel like we did not collect as much ice in ice chunks as I would have hoped. Okay, anyways, back to Vulcanus. So have these guys just completely run out of tungsten ore? I guess so. And you didn't craft any... Yep, don't mind me. Well then. Oh, we needed the reinforced concrete. Send it to me. The ammo, yes please. And the grenades. Okay, and that is all we're gonna need for now. Okay, we are 24 minutes into this, so we need to set up a little blueprint real quick. I need to request in, let's get some ammo. Let's get some gun turrets. 100 should be fine. We're going to use maybe around 50. And we will almost certainly lose some of them, so this is going to be... It's a good thing that we have, you know... It's a good thing we accidentally made, like, I don't know, 1,000 of them. Go me. Okay, so what do we need for gun turrets? So we need to be able to set them up to take care of these guys, and they have a monstrous amount of health. They are monsters, and they have health to compensate, so we need to be able to get through... yeah. He has 30,000 health. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get somewhere away from the roboports and their prying eyes. Do I have anywhere that is gonna be kind of visible, but I just need an open area? Sure, why not? Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, before I even get into that, it's kind of weird. Like, you have to do this from remote view, and you kind of have to do it while they're ghosted. I don't understand this at all, because normally when you make a blueprint of something, let me just show you. So I have these. I can put ammo in it. I can make a blueprint, and it does not give us the indicator of, hey, you need to put something in this. So I'm going to discard that. But if I were to go to map view, I could say put 10 of these in, and had it been farther away, let's say over here away from the bots, now it has the indicator, and now I can blueprint this, and now it's there. So we just kind of need to be out of the way. Like, it's so weird that you can't just do that. You can't just make a blueprint like that. So we are going to be making one up here, way out of the way. And I just made a blueprint there, so I can just post this. What is that, 8 wide? We're going to go at least 10 wide, 5 deep. Yeah, we... gotta use the blueprint. Oh my gosh, am I not gonna have enough room? I just squeezed that in. Let's go a little bit extra. Why not? We don't want to take any chances, right? And we're gonna take a blueprint of this one. Yes. The reason why I'm putting 10 ammo in them is because we are inevitably going to lose at least a few, but possibly a lot. And yeah, every time a turret blows up and it has ammo in it, that ammo is gone forever. So this is more of a quote-unquote waste of ammo than just using the ammo. All right, where'd you go, big guy? There he is. So we're going to invade his territory, and he is going to get all angry with... I did not... Okay. Whew. Scared myself there for a second. He's going to get all irritated and come fight us. Here he goes. Come on, big guy. Excuse me. And I'm going to turn off the Roboport because they are... Oh, he is not... So we lost 6. Not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. And then after... he leaves behind his little corpse, which is a bunch of tungsten carbide ore, which is awesome. We can just get the bot. Hey, where'd the rest of him go? We can get the bots to do this, but this little like weird cloud thing kind of hurts the bots. So we're just gonna wait a little bit. We can at least see it on the map. So once we decide that we want to collect it, once that cloud goes away, yeah, we can just come grab it with the bots. Oh, I see another one over here. No! Oh, he's coming this way. That's even better. Another small one. This method will definitely work with the small and probably the mediums too. It's a little bit more difficult once we get to the larger ones. We kind of want some other stuff. Don't worry, we will get there. Man, that cloud is still there. You know what? Let me just show you. So the bots are going to go and they get damaged. But then they heal up once they get into my inventory, which is great. But if they... Excuse me. Ah, that explains it. We have not actually invaded his territory. I need some repair packs. Oh, there we go. Look at all that tungsten ore. That will get us quite a bit more tungsten carbide. Yes. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying tungsten carbide. Once we get... Okay, we have some repair packs. Alright, that's good enough for me. Let's see if we can actually invade this guy's territory. I would love to have some extra room. We definitely need the cliff explosives and these guys out of the way for that. Or get all mad, come get us. Oh no. Get the ammo in there. No! I just lost like... Oh, only 2 bots. And another 6. Honestly, the ammo loss is worse than losing the gun turrets, especially when, you know, somebody made an extra 1,000. Yeah. We have not automated ammo on this planet, obviously, since we just got here, but we will at some point shortly. Maybe. You know what? We can actually feed ourselves ammo for quite a while. It's not a big deal like that. Like we could send this person, well, we could send the ship back and be good to go. So we can put requests in here at our cargo landing pad. We can request in stuff similar to like how we have the trains, not the trains, have us requesting in stuff, the spaceships requesting in stuff. We can even use the current groups that are there. So we could just say, you know what, everything that you're collecting, just bring it. The problem with that is that it's only registering what's in here. So for instance, we have quite a bit of red ammo on this planet, but you can see that it's not showing any of it. So what would happen is if we even requested just 100 red ammo, it would drop down 100. That 100 would get filtered out from our inserters, and then this would say, hey, we're ready for another 100. And it would just be an endless flow. So at some point, we will end up setting some combinators up to allow us to only bring in exactly what we want rather than setting in requests here. We might do that in the next episode. It depends on how long it takes us to get the Foundry going. But we will do Foundry in the next episode. I need some... Where'd you go? Oil refineries. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot done. Well, you know, we kind of got a lot done. I mean, we basically just set up tungsten carbide. Oh, and yeah, we got some power, and we killed some demolishers, and we got some automation going with our spaceship. So, you know what? Okay, we got a few things done. Maybe not as far progressed here as I would have. Well, no, I did say that we probably wouldn't get to the Foundry tonight. Not tonight, today, in this episode. We're on a dark planet. What can I say? It feels like nighttime and whatever. Okay, so that's going to be it for me for this episode. If you've been enjoying my content, well, you know what to do. If you would like to get access to my blueprints, which I will not have in this episode or the last episode, But I definitely have a lot of the stuff that I made on Novice and the spaceships and stuff. If you want access to those blueprints, or you want access to where we started, the save file that we started on this playlist, I have all of that on my Discord. So feel free to join Discord, and yeah, I give those blueprints away freely. In the next episode, we are going to get some oil going. As difficult as that's going to be, I still don't really know how we're going to set all this up, but you know what, we're going to get through it. We probably won't be making any straight lines, that's for sure. We're going to have to do some twists and turns, and we're just going to, you know, do the angled belts all the way up, right? What do they call this? The trooping belt? Yeah. There we go. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna start messing with the Foundry hopefully in the next episode. Oil stuff, Foundry, good to go. Okay, so that's gonna be it from me for this episode. I will see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.